everyone, it's Maddie.
I'm V, and today we're going to be playing the Do I Own That Book challenge.
This was originally created by Keeping Tabs, so we'll leave a link to her channel in the description.
There are 20 items on the list and you have to find them in under 8 minutes if possible. So Maddie and I have decided to do a competition between the both of us, so I will go first and look for all the books on the shelves and Maddie will leave the room and then we'll swap and we'll see who does it the fastest, and it'll also be interesting to see if our twin telepathy means that we pick the same books. I'm up first to pick, so I'm going to set a stopwatch for myself. I have the questions up, so let's get to it. First one is, do you have a book with deckled edges? And shiny, no, but we do have sprayed edges. All the beautiful things with I know on the side. Next, do you have a book with 3 or more people on the cover? The Last Time of the Garrett Girls, 4 sisters. Do you have a book based on another fictional story? That's easy, right there. Cinder by Marissa Meyer. Do you have a book with a title 10 letters long? Does it have to be exactly 10? Underwater. Next is, do you have a mass market paperback book? We have The Railway Children by E. Nesbitt. Do you have a book written by an author using a pen name? That's easy. Cassandra Clare is the pen name of Judith something. Do you have a book with a character's name in the title? No, I Can't Even by Simon James Green. Do you have a book with 2 maps in it? Do elites have maps? Okay, it's not 2 maps, but I mean it's a main map with then a zoomed in extra map, so I'm going to say this counts. Do you have a book that was turned into a TV show? Oh, I wish the selection. Simon Versus is getting a TV adaptation, kind of. It's like a spin-off, but I'm going to count it. Do you have a book written by someone who was originally famous for something else? We don't really have any celebrity books on here. Do you have a book with a clock on the cover? This one's easy. Ruby Red with Big Ben in the corner there. Do you have a poetry book? I think we took all of our poetry upstairs. I think it's boxed up in the loft because we did have it from when we were at university and we had loads of poetry to read, but not on the shelves behind me. Unless you count verse books. So 1 by Sarah Crossan. Do you have a book written by an author with the same initials as you? Luckily we've had this question in a previous thing, so I know the only one on our shelves is Maggie Harcourt. That's not my initials, that's Maddie's initials. Nope, no BHs. No, okay, nope, I'm gonna give up on that one. Do you have a book of short stories? My True Love Gave to Me, edited by Stephanie Perkins. Do you have a book that is between 500 and 510 pages long? 513. Nope. 400, just thick pages. 400 as well. I was better off in the fantasy section. Brilliant. 506. Do you have a book that was turned into a movie? I've used Simon already. Oh my goodness. Can I just use The Hunger Games? Can I use The Hunger Games? Is that cheating? I'm going to use The Hunger Games because I'm panicking. The Hunger Games. Do you have a graphic novel? Yeah, there are loads over there. I'm not going to spin you around because that'll take time, but a whole shelf over there. Do you have a book written by 2 or more authors? You know me well. 7 minutes and 52 seconds. So, and I think the time is 8 minutes. So let's see how Maddie does. Okay, and now it is my turn to answer the exact same question, and I'll see if I can beat V's time even though I have no idea what book she chose or how long it took her. Right, so the first question was to find a book with deckled edges, and I know we definitely don't have any of those. Second is to find a book with 3 or more people on the cover. This one, no, that's Burn for Burn. Okay, next is, do you have a book based on another fictional story? Cinder by Marissa Meyer. I mean, technically it's based on Cinderella, which is another story. Do you have a book with a title 10 letters long? Eliza and Her Monsters. I mean, that's not one word. Do you have a mass market paperback book? I mean, aren't these all mass market paperbacks? I think this is a US thing. Do you have a book written by an author using a pen name? Yes. Lauren Oliver is technically a pen name. Oliver is a fake surname. Do you have a book with a character's name in the title? Rosie Loves Jack by Mel Darvin. Do you have a book with 2 maps in it? I don't normally read fantasy, so this might be... Nope, only 1 map in that. That's only 1 map as well in Song of Sorrow. I bet B did really well in this. Shadow Study, would that have maps? Again, only 1. I'm going to have to do what Lily did. I do have a Game of Thrones. Multiple maps. Do you have a book that was turned into a TV show? I mean, Shatter Me is getting a TV show, so this one. Do you have a book written by someone who is originally famous for something else? Oh, I think everyone's an author just on these shelves because we don't own any autobiographies or anything like that. Do you have a book with a clock on the cover? The back of Wither has a sand timer, which is technically a method of telling the time, so this one. And what's my next one? Do you have a poetry book? We've got some novels in verse, so 1 by Sarah Crossan counts for that. Do you have a book written by an author with the same initials as you? Michelle Hodkin from Mara Dyer, I remember that one, but we don't actually own that anymore. Ooh. Maggie Harcourt. Do you have a book of short stories? Proud, edited by Julia Dawson. Do you have a book that is between 500 and 510 pages? Let's check 6 of Crows. That's 494. Traitor to the Throne. Oh no, that's 560. Cress, one of my favourite books ever. Okay.
No, 550. Emerald Green looks massive up here. No, that's only 400. Cameron Post. I read this one recently, so... no, 470. The Unexpected Everything. This one looks massive. 505. Okay, there's that one. Then I think the next question... book that's turned into a movie. I'm gonna go with Wonder by R.J. Fleischer, even though I haven't seen it yet. And do you have a graphic novel? Heartstopper by Alice Oseman. Why do we keep them on a different shelf? And finally, do you have a book written by 2 or more people? The Witch's Kiss by Catherine and Elizabeth Core. I did that in 7 minutes and 48 seconds. Did Bea do it quicker than I did? So that was the Do I Have This Book challenge. So Maddie won by like less than 10 seconds or something silly like that. Less than 5 seconds. So this is a win for Maddie. Thank you everyone so much for watching, and we will see you in our next video.